Can I have a word with you?
Oh, yeah, sure. Look, I've been trying to have a word with you, but there's always too many people around. I suppose you're worried about the money and the booze.
Yes,
well, there's nothing to worry about. I know we didn't agree on a price for you to pay me for keeping it for you and Joe, but what if I give you $20 and we call it square?
No, I want the bottle of brandy.
Well, what about the money?
No, you keep that. I want the bottle.
Well, when do you want it?
As soon as you can.
Oh, yeah, okay, right.
We're looking for a girl named Sandra Mason. Well, she could be going under the name of Sandy Nichols, Pixie Mason, Amelia Priestley, or Pixie Watson.
Pixie Watson, yeah, that's her married name. I've met her husband.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
Huh?
No, this is Mr. Brian Molan.
What do you mean, which one? James, of course. I mean, she left Eddie over 12 months ago.
Was she in?
No, as a matter of fact, she's moved out with a friend.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Look, what's going on around here?
Actually, I'm Sandra's husband. Seems there's quite a few of us.
Would you mind not going up there, please? Now, what's wrong with getting married a couple of times? I mean, a lot of girls do that. There's no crime, is it?
It is if they're careless enough not to get a divorce from one before they marry the next one. I've got a warrant for her arrest for bigamy and fraud.
No, I'm sorry, she isn't. Yeah, well, if you try after 8:30. Right. God, what sort of hours do they think we keep around here? Oh, let's be kept busy. Wentworth Detention Centre.
Hello?
No, 8:30.
Stand on that line.
Right, thank you.
You know, I've never been inside a prison before. Oh, thank you.
You're Sandra Louise Mason, is that correct?
Yes, but you can call me Pixie if you like. Everybody else.
Sandra Louise Mason, you are charged with 4 counts of bigamy and 4 of fraud, and are to be held on remand pending a trial to answer these charges. Is that correct?
Yes?
Bigamy?
Yes. Silly, isn't it, to punish people just because they like getting married?
I would have thought that anyone who got married once wouldn't be stupid enough to repeat the mistake.
Oh, that's because you haven't met the right man. I bet you're married, Mrs.
Powell. I'm the Deputy Governor.
Oh, goodness. I didn't expect anybody so important to meet me. Don't let me keep you from your work.
This is my work.
Oh, goodbye. Hope to see you again.
I don't believe this.
Yeah, just gonna be one of those days.
I thought you'd have slept in on your first morning home.
Well, I might just crawl back into bed with the papers and indulge myself.
Sounds perfect. Don't tempt me. Judy!
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Wally.
Thought you would have been gone by now.
I should be. I'm running late.
It's my fault. I persuaded her to have breakfast with me.
This is my son, Paul, Mr. Wallace.
Wally.
How do you do, Wally?
And Judy Bryant.
Nice to meet you, Paul.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, as you can see, I may procrastinate some of the time, but when I finally make my mind up, I move like greased lightning.
You mean you're moving in now?
Yes, why waste any more time?
I'll give you a hand then.
Good.
See you later.
Bye.
Oh, g'day. Did you just come in?
Yes. I'm trying to make the place a little bit more homey. It's so dreary, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon. But you'll soon get used to it. I'm Lizzie Birdsworth.
Oh, hi, Lizzie. I'm Pixie Mason.
You've never been inside before, have you, love?
No, and it's not quite the way I pictured it. Still, life's what you make it, don't you think?
I wouldn't know. Spent most of me time in here. Anyway, anything you want to know, you just ask me. I'll soon show you what it's all about.
Thanks, Lizzie. You wouldn't have any sticky tape, would you?
Sticky tape? What for?
Well, I thought I could just stick up a few of my wedding photos, you know, decorate the walls a bit.
Oh, God. Didn't you make a lovely bride?
Thank you.
Oh, just look at that dress.
Oh, that one was chiffon and lace. I think that was the nicest one of all.
Oh, just look at that. Your sister's the dead ring of you, isn't she?
Oh, that was Brian. I remember because I spilled champagne on my dress and it wouldn't come out.
Do you mean that these are all your weddings?
Yes.
God, you must have been down the aisle about half a dozen times.
5, actually. Wait a minute. You're right. right, Lizzie. It was 6.
Well, I'm buggered.
So are the police. They think there's only 4.
Here, leave all these and come with me.
Where are we going?
To meet the others. This they gotta hear.
Here you are. Maybe this'll back you up. I don't know what you're so down about. Well, you got what you wanted. Twice. You used me like a prostitute. Oh, yeah, well, better luck next time. No good moaning about it now. After all, you set it up.
What are you doing here, Hunt? Shouldn't you be at work?
See how Brandy was, Mrs. Morris.
Right, on your way. I've brought you your medication, Carter. Or is it Gardner? Look, is there anything I can do to help?
Didn't get those books for you, did I?
Oh, well. Doesn't matter. If only you'd tell me what
There's nothing to tell. There's no point. No one can help.
Here you are. Are you sure there's nothing that...
Thanks a lot, mate.
Okay.
That really was a fantastic help.
Well, here's some coffee and biscuits for you hard workers. I raided the larder. I hope you don't mind.
No, of course not.
Well, finally got the room cleaned up. Well, thanks to Paul.
It's no trouble. It sure beats work anyway.
What do you do?
I work at a supermarket.
Young Paul's a manager.
Trainee manager. It's not fancy, believe me. I've just come back from 2 months interstate at the head office. It's hardly exciting, but at least it's got some sort of future, I guess.
Wasn't his first choice.
Well, I can gather that. What would you rather do?
Well, press photography. Yeah, photography's my real ambition.
Did you do these photographs hanging around the place?
Yeah, would you like to see some more?
Oh, yeah, I really would. Thanks, sir. These are very good. Oh, yeah, you're obviously very talented.
I only wish some of the press people would think that way. I can't even get my foot in the door.
Well, you keep trying, honey. You'll get there. No worries. You know what you ought to do is hang a few of these up in Wally's room, brighten the place up a bit.
A great idea.
Well, there's plenty more where they came from. I'll bring them out. You can take your pick.
I'll take you up on that. Thanks a lot. Look, I hate to break this up, but I think we'd better get back to Driscoll House. We've been away for quite a while, you know. They might be burning it down.
Yeah. Well, would you pass me 7 biscuits then, please?
And then she said she thought it was silly to punish people just because they enjoyed getting married. 4 times, mind you, and they're still checking to see if there's more.
Sounds like quite a character. Who's this?
Ah, that's a treat you have in store, a new prisoner.
Well, I hope she cheers Carter up. She seems to be getting worse. The medication isn't working? Well, if anything, she's even more depressed. Though I did finally get her to admit she was the girl from the library.
Laura Gardner?
Yes. Meg, are you suggesting a split personality? Well, yes. Well, I certainly think it's worth looking into.
Oh, I don't know. It could be just some dreary little librarian wants to change her name and live a little. She's probably bored to tears the way life was.
Well, she's certainly not enjoying herself much at the moment.
Best thing is to get Dr. Wiseman to take a look at her. Well, I'm inclined to agree with Colleen. Oh, we better notify the police about her other name.
Gavin would have been next, except, well, he crashed his car when I was eloping with him, and when the police came, well, one of them recognised me from a photo that Eddie had given them, and, well, here I am. I wonder if he was married.
Who?
The policeman. He was gorgeous. I had my dress for that wedding, too. Now I won't be able to wear it.
Wouldn't you have saved yourself a whole heap of trouble if you just lived with these blokes?
You mean sleep with them without being married?
Well, the thought had crossed my mind, yeah.
I couldn't do that. It's immoral. My daddy didn't bring me up that way.
Oh, classic, that is.
What's so funny?
Well, when your daddy was handing out all these morals, didn't he ever tell you that you're only supposed to have one husband at a time?
Oh, I do. I never take on a new husband until I've left the old one.
Yeah, but I reckon you're supposed to divorce them first.
Oh, that's terrible, Lizzie. I don't believe in divorce. And after all, I can't see why I can't get married just because I don't believe in divorce. After all, a girl's happiest day is supposed to be her wedding day, and, well, everybody wants to be happy for more than one day, don't they?
Those blokes must have been real drongos not to wake up to you.
Would you hang on to all your roses? Hey, Phil, give us a sweet.
Go fish, I earned this. I'm not spreading it around.
Yeah, doing what?
Keeping Nick for that rave of brandy. Look, she's got a bottle too. If you're that desperate, go and put the bottle on.
Yeah, I reckon I will. And I hope you bloody choke.
Oh, well, we'll all turn up at your next one. God, they'll have to pay me a fortune to get me down the aisle again.
Oh, they all do that.
Ah, now we're getting down to it.
Well, all of my husbands had nice little nest eggs stashed away, and, well, naturally they each wanted me to have half of everything.
Oh, half, eh?
Well, I was entitled to it. After all, I was their wife, and, well, half is only fair, isn't it?
Hello, Lizzie.
Oh, good. I love. How are you, Jude?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I came in to help some of the girls with their job hunting. Thought I'd pay a visit to the old stomping grounds.
Oh, we got a bonza show going on in the laundry. We got a new one, and she's been married God knows how many times.
Don't tell me who it is. I know. Pixie, right?
Yeah, she's been telling us all about the pigeon she married. I reckon she should be on at the Tiv, the yarn she tells.
Yeah, well, it's pretty hard to get mad at her, I'll tell you that much. She sure livens the place up.
I'll say. Well, I'll see you later, Jude.
Well, what's so important?
A little thicky bird told me where I might get a drop of the real stuff, and I don't want to miss out.
You never give up, do you?
Not while I'm still breathing.
See you later.
Debra. Mrs. Ann! Mrs. Ann! Mrs. Ann!
Where on earth would she have got the brandy bottle from?
There are always ways of smuggling things in, no matter how much we police it.
Hope to God she's all right. She's lost an awful lot of blood.
Bitch. Smuggling bitch. I'd murder me. You won't kill me. I'm too strong for you.
Easy does it. Just rest now.
Did you hear what she said?
Somebody trying to kill her. Look, I don't see how that's possible. There's no sign of a struggle, and God, look at the basin.
Just the same, we're going to need a full report. Especially about that brandy bottle. She'll be all right.
She'll need a lot of blood, though.
Governor of the police are here.
Thank you, I'm coming.
We better not waste any time.
What a mess.
And there I was, yelling me lungs out for help till Mrs. M heard me. God, I thought I was a goner. My old ticker was working overtime. It still is. I feel really crook.
Here, Lizzie, have some of this. It'll fix you
Oh,
up.
I reckon I need.
Poor kid, she must have been pretty desperate to pull a stunt like that.
Hey, not too much.
Well, I tried to get through to her a couple of times, Jude. She wouldn't talk to me, not even in the cell. She's pretty weird.
She's not weird. She's out of her tree. She's nuttier than a fruit.
Yeah, well, if she is mad, we haven't exactly bent over backwards to try and help her, have we?
Is she dead, Lizzie?
Well, if she's not, she should be. Her wrists were laid open to the bone, and there was more blood than in a slaughterhouse. Good. I don't know how I'm here to tell the tale.
Yeah, well, I better get going. I'll see you guys later.
I don't think I could stomach food after all that blood. What do you reckon's the matter with her?
Mason, where the hell have you been?
Oh, in the laundry, Miss Ferguson, just having a little chat with the girls.
Who told you you could do that?
Oh, no one, but Oh, well, I thought they could use a little
Mason,
extra
no
help.
one goes in that laundry unless they have been rostered on work duty.
Oh, but I want to work too. Oh, can't I please? Please, Miss Ferguson?
All right. At least I'll know where you are. And come with me.
Where are we going?
Mason, unless you want to make life for yourself difficult in here, you will do what I say without question. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Right. Now get a move on. Your husband's here to see you.
Oh, wonderful. Which one?
Mason, you would know that better than I. But why don't we both go and find out?
Jimmy!
No physical contact. Just sit down.
Oh, Jimmy, I'm so glad you came. I wish I could take you to meet some of the people here. I've told them all about you.
Pixie, is it true? The police, they've shown me all this evidence, but I want to hear it from you. Weren't we ever really married?
Oh, yes, of course we were. Well, at least I felt we were, but... Well, maybe not in the eyes of the law.
I knew it was too good to last. The police, they wanted me to press charges about the money. I said no. Everything I have is yours. You know that, Pixie.
Oh, I know, sweetheart. We had a lovely time together, didn't we?
Yes. But you were never really mine, and well, now it's all over.
I know, Jimmy, but... Well, all good things have to come to an end, and... Well, at least we won't have to get a divorce. That would have been dreadful.
I will wait for you, Pixie. I don't care what you've done, and then when you get out, we can be really married.
Oh, no, sweetheart, not really. You see, well, you're too good for me. And, well, I've got this little problem. I'm not really cut out for marriage. Only weddings, don't you see? Oh, I love getting married. It's so romantic, but afterwards, it's so ordinary.
Then I'll never see you again.
No, darling, but... Well, I'll think of you often. I even have our wedding photo in my cell. Oh, it was such a beautiful wedding.
Pixie.
James, I'd like you to go now. I don't want you to see me cry.
All right. We can stay all day if necessary. Come on, somebody must know something.
Look, Mrs. Powell, as much as we'd like the day off, it's not going to help any of us because we don't know anything about the brandy bottle, now do we?
No. Birdsworth, you found her?
I told it all to the police, Mrs. Powell. I just went to see if she was crook because she'd been so moody the last couple of days. And there she was. Oh, good. Don't make me go through it all again.
Hunt, when you checked on Carter, there wasn't any sign of a bottle, right?
No. You can ask Mrs. Morris. I only went in to see how she was.
God, with all of you being so solicitous, I'm surprised the poor girl could cut her wrists in the first place. Get out to work. Come on, get out.
Any luck?
Nothing.
Me either. Bottle just materialised out of thin air.
Oh, doesn't it always?
I'd known what that crazy bitch wanted that bottle for. I'd never have given it to her.
Oh, all right, Phil, shut up. It's enough.
Smith, Mason here is anxious to prove herself useful. Find something for her to do. And Hunt, I want you and Adler and Grant in the workshop. The rest of you get on with it.
What?
I'll send Bradshaw and Daniels in to help.
Oh,
Well, what do you want me to do, Bee?
well, you can start off for giving Lizzie a hand with the folding.
Bloody questions. Over and over. It's not my fault she tried to snuff herself. It's this bloody place.
Is she dead, Lizzie?
Well, she might as well be. I'll only try and patch her up and send her back in here to try it again, just like Carol Colson.
Did she try to kill herself too?
She succeeded. Made a bloody good job of it too. Most of them do.
And if you don't get suicidal, well, you go round the bend like Kate Peterson. They had to put her away.
Oh, but it can't be like that for everyone. Well, look at you and Bea.
Bea's the strongest of the lot of us. But she even lost her marbles for a while. It's this rotten bitch called Mackenzie, and she drove poor Bea right around the bend. But Bea got her own back at her all right.
What did Bea do?
What do you reckon? Killed her, of course.
Oh, no, this place is awful. I have to get out, Lizzie. I have to find a way to prove that I'm innocent.
You're battering your head against a brick wall, love. Screws like Ferguson have got ways of keeping you in here, and once you're a crim, you've got butless chance of ever getting away from it.
But I'm not a criminal. Well, not like the others, anyway.
Not now, you're not. That's because you're new in here. But give you a year or two, you'll be so like the rest of us, even your own mum won't know the difference.
And you never had any intention of marrying the father?
Of course not. Anyway, I don't think his wife would like it.
Look, it's just a business deal, Pixie.
Well, aren't you afraid of being punished?
Punished? Who by?
Oh, by God, for one.
Oh, Struth, don't tell me you're one of them religious nuts.
No, it's just that her dad's a minister. Isn't that right, love?
Yes.
Crikey, you wouldn't know too much then about knocking around coming from a church family.
You're wrong, Maxie. I was madly in love when I was 16. We both knew what we did was wrong without the blessing of marriage, but we couldn't help ourselves. He got frightened when I told him about the baby, and I never saw him again.
You mean you got yourself in the pudding club?
Geez, I bet your dad was ropeable, him being a Bible basher and all.
Oh, no, he stood by me here, Mummy, and when I lost the baby, well, Daddy said it was a punishment from God for committing a mortal sin.
And that's why you married all them guys. Want to pay for your sins.
Oh, yeah, that and a few $1,000.
Oh, no, you're wrong, Bea. It's just something inside me. I can't help myself. I just feel as if I have to get married.
Look, love, if you're bucking for a psycho plea, you are going to have to do better than that.
Pardon?
Well, take Brandy Carter, for instance. I mean, she's a cinch for the funny farm. Even we can tell she's not right in the head. But if you want to get off on TI, you are going to have to convince them that you are certifiable, not just a little wacky.
TI?
Temporary insanity, love.
And that could get me off?
Well, it gets you transferred to a mental hospital.
But why? Surely that would be worse than this place.
Yeah, well, let's just say you miraculously recover after a couple of weeks. Well, they let you go, and you don't have to come back here. Isn't that right, Bea?
Yeah, just so long as you were mad when you actually broke the law.
Did you hear any strange voices along with them wedding bells, Pixie?
Well, I see you've down tools already. Get outside for your exercise period. Not you, Bradshaw. You've got a visitor.
I wonder.
I'm sorry. It's just not on. You've already had 10,000 and you'll get the rest when we have the baby. We can't raise any more, and that's final.
How's your wife going to cope if I don't give you the baby?
I don't think you could be that cruel. But if you are, then we'll sue you for the 10,000 we've already given you.
Sue me? Don't you understand? It's because I can't get at that money I need more. The cops have frozen my bank account, and that 10,000 is in there. Along with some other money, which I'd rather they didn't look too closely at.
Look, I'll go to the police. I'll show them the contract which says that the 10,000 is a loan. And then they'll have to release the money. You still have the rest to come. Another 10,000 when Andrea and I have the baby. Well, isn't that enough?
And you think the authorities will transfer Brandy because she tried to kill herself?
We didn't know her, so it's hard to explain. Not just that, she was freaky. Never the same 2 days in a row.
Hey, is that him? He's a bit of all right. We got rid of those threads and got some good gear.
Yeah, well, I'm more interested in his wallet right now.
Everything go all right?
Oh, he's going to get me off the hook with the cops over me money. So I guess I'm back to square one.
Thank you. Wait for me.
Is that a visitor's pass?
No. I'm Paul Reynolds, the governor's son.
I see. It's okay. This way.
It's the first time I've been here. Wow, look at those faces.
Hey, you! What the hell do you think you're doing? This is not a bloody zoo, you know.
I'm sorry, I didn't...
You got a bloody cheek! Yeah. You could have given me some time to put me lippy on. I'll take a real good sexy photo.
Shut up, Maxine.
A lot of you shut up, or I'll put you on report. You get back with the others.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise they'd be so upset.
And you couldn't get anywhere?
Obviously, somebody knows how the brandy got in, but they're saying nothing.
Maybe the police will have more luck.
I doubt it.
You know she was full of drugs as well. They had to pump her stomach.
Yeah, so I heard. Mind you, I don't think they would have come in from the outside. She probably just saved up a medication.
Terrific. Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Your son's here to see you, Governor.
Oh, thank you. Show him in.
Will that be all, Miss Reynolds?
Thanks, Colleen. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Boy, how do you cope with her?
Joe Ferguson. She's very efficient. You didn't have a run-in with her, did you?
Yeah, I'm afraid I blotted my copybook. I took some pictures of the women this afternoon without asking permission. They weren't too happy about it, neither was your Miss Ferguson. She even took my camera. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, we both have a lot to learn about this place. What are you doing here anyway? I would have been home in about an hour.
Well, I want to develop some stuff up the Savo, and I'm fresh out of Fixer.
And?
And I'm broke.
Oh, come on, I've got to go shopping anyway. Wally and Judy are eating with us tonight.
Oh, great.
But supposing well, someone wanted to act mad. Well, who would they have to convince?
The governor, for one.
And all the screws.
No, they're the small fish. Weissman's the one.
Who's he?
The shrink.
Shrink?
He's the psychiatrist, love.
Yeah, and a bloody cluey one. It'd be good to get past him.
You know, Pixie, with a name like that, I reckon you should pretend you can fly. You know, like Tinkerbell.
Do you think so? I'd love to have been a fairy.
Yeah, well, the last fairy I met was this guy I was trying to get off with.
You met a real fairy, Maxie? You know, I always believed there were leprechauns. I was always trying to find one, but I was told that they only live in Ireland.
You know, I don't think she's going to have to try too hard at all.
How'd you come to get a name like Pixie, love?
Well, my daddy said that when I was a baby and had my bonnet on, I looked just like a pixie, so that's what I became. My real name's Sandra Louise.
Oh, I love the name Louise. It says ladylike. Now, that'd be a nice name for you to call the baby, love.
But only if it's a girl, though.
Leave off, Lizzie. I'm not going to call the baby anything.
Well, you've got to name your own baby, love. You've got to have something on the birth certificate.
But it's not my baby. It's the Sheldons. Bought and paid for. They can call it anything they like.
Roxy's right, you know. No point in giving the kid a name that the Sheldons are going to change anyhow.
Well, I reckon it's shameful.
Yeah, especially when you've got so much scope. If it was a boy, you could call it Cash. Didn't like that. You could just fill in the birth certificate with your bank account number.
Why don't you just get off my back?
Hey, I've been waiting for you in the rec room. Don't you want to come and watch the telly?
Nothing worth watching. But you'd only have another go at me anyway.
Come on, Roxy. Bea might be top dog, but that doesn't mean she knows everything.
No. She picked my number quick enough, didn't she? I reckon she knows me better than I know myself. Or maybe I just don't want to face it.
Oh, come on. You're not the cold-hearted bitch that Bea's trying to make out.
Oh, you reckon? I never gave a stuff about the Sheldons. Or this baby.
All I saw was a way of making real money. And plenty of it.
Yeah, well, I reckon it's a pretty good lurk.
Sure it is. I mean, I even figured out after this one I could rest up for a while and do the whole deal again with some new mob. But not because I cared about them. All I cared about was making money, just like B said.
Yeah, but the baby'll have a good home.
Yeah. But supposing he finds out? Supposing he gets all screwed up because he can't understand why his mum just sold him? And what about me, Max? I mean, I'm worrying already. Am I going to spend the rest of my life wondering what's happened to him?
Got the place all to yourself tonight, Bea.
Yeah, poor bitch. I wonder if she'll make it.
Brandy? Yeah, she's as tough as nails.
Bit like your mate, eh?
Oh, no, Bea. Roxanne's not tough. In fact, she's pretty well scared gutless at the moment, and her nerves are shot too.
Yeah, about time, silly bitch. She thought she was very smart with this get-rich scheme. Never gave one thought about what she's doing to the kid or herself.
Okay, but I reckon she's learning the hard way. She's feeling bad enough as it is without you going on at her, so couldn't you ease off a bit, Bea?
No, I've got nothing against the kid. I just don't like the way she's using a helpless baby to feather her own nest. In my book, that stinks. I'm not going to ride her. She already knows how I feel about it.
Thanks. Hey, how about one for me?
I don't think so, Daniels. The bell's about to go. And you were on your way back to your cell, weren't you?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Suppose it makes a change for you to be sleeping alone, Mason, doesn't it?
Oh, it's just a bit strange being my first night.
You'll get used to it. It's amazing how quickly the nights turn into years. Of course, you'll probably find it harder to adjust than most people. But then, just think of it as one of life's little novelties. Good night.
So there I was, trapped. B. Smith on one side of me with her claws bared, and Wentworth's answer to Attila the Hun glaring at me on the other.
Paul, that's enough.
I'm sorry, Mum. But they're great shots anyway.
They certainly are, love, especially this one of B.
I'd sure like to get out there and take some more. I don't think there's much chance of that after this afternoon, though.
Well, if you want to get back in a favour, why don't you show how really good you are?
What do you mean, take some prints out there?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Mum?
I can't see why not. I think they'd enjoy them.
And not just these, but anything else you got that's interesting.
Yeah, Wally's right, you know. I mean, their cells are pretty dismal. You show them something better than a brick wall, they're going to be your friends for life.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get in their good books again. There's great subjects out there for character studies. Wally, have you got any of those prints left over?
Oh, ever. You must have given me hundreds. Yes, plenty left for Wentworth.
Have a sort through, Paul, and I'll take them in tomorrow. Now, I think we could do with some more coffee, and there's lots more pie if I can twist anybody's arm.
And you're not tired, are you? Got the whole day to go yet?
Yeah, don't I know it. Actually, I'm bushed. I sat up till past midnight last night trying to help Jennifer with the maths, only to find out she'd already done it on the calculator.
Good morning.
Yes.
I'm Martin Corley for Corley, Burroughs and Selman, solicitors. I'd like to see my client, Mrs. Mason.
Sandra Mason.
That's right.
Well, if you'll just sign in over there, Mr. Corley, I'll take Mr. Corley through and get Mason from the laundry.
Okay, thank you.
You'll come this way, Mr. Corley.
Thank you.
Morning, Colleen. Hello, Carol. Give these to the women with their mail, would you? They're from Paul. Should be a note in there somewhere.
A peace offering from yesterday?
Yes. At least he's not afraid to admit when he's in the wrong. See they get them after lunch, would you?
Shall do.
don't understand, Mr. Corley. Jimmy told me that he refused to press any charges.
And so he has, Mrs. Mason, as has one of your other husbands. But that still leaves the bigamy charges and 2 other charges of fraud. I'm afraid the trial must proceed as scheduled.
Oh, well, at least you can tell me what you're going to do to get me off.
Get you off?
Oh, well, of course. I can't stay here. It's a terrible place. You've got no idea. A girl tried to kill herself yesterday, and everything around here looks so depressing. Why anyone would want to be a criminal is beyond me.
Mrs. Mason, you must try to understand that I will do my very best to represent you. But there's no way I can get you released. I'm afraid you have no chance of acquittal.
No chance? Oh, but that's silly, Mr. Corley. What's the point in me paying you if you can't get me off?
Well, believe me, I wish I could. But there are just no grounds for your defense.
You mean like insanity? Like all the voices that keep telling me what to do?
Are you saying that you weren't responsible for your actions?
Oh, well, it's not that I'm irresponsible. It's just that, well, I can't stop doing all of these things.
Well, it is a possible defense, if it's true.
Oh, it is. I can't resist the voices. And I know the judge wouldn't want to send me back here. Well, not if you tell him that it's true. And you will, won't you?
Well, I certainly think it's worth a try.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Corley. Are you married? Yes, but how was she different?
Oh, sometimes she was quite prim and proper. Spinsterish.
Yeah, like a real old maid. Bloody wowzer.
Yeah, she wasn't like that all the time, though.
No, sometimes she was just plain Brandy Carter. Then she was a real mole.
A mole?
You know, a tart.
Oh, well, I don't think I could be a tart. Not even pretending.
Right, hurry up and finish up. The bell will be going in a minute.
Excuse me, Miss Ferguson. Could I please be excused? I'm not feeling very well. As a matter of fact,
Get back, you fools, and give us some air.
Oh, what do you reckon's the matter with her, Miss Ferguson?
She's out cold, Birdsworth. Daniels, you and Young get her back to her cell.
Poor little mite. She's not fit for this joint.
Such a pity. You know, I reckon Sister Kelly's gonna have to put her down.
Oh, really, Maxie?
Shh, someone's coming. Okay, sort of do the trick. Come on, Mason, I want you to sit up and take a nice deep breath there.
That's enough out of you two.
Why, my ear, you're not the king's man.
Brother.
Get back to lunch. Go on, get out.
You fainted, Mason, that's all.
What you call me this strange name? I am Joan. I must return to my men and do battle for the glory of France.
Joan of Arc?
Oh, yeah, that's all we need.
The bells, they are calling me.
You just stay there and rest. You'll need your strength for the battle.
You surely don't believe this?
Well, it's not going to hurt her to miss lunch, is it? And you said yourself she's definitely out cold.
Joan of Arc.
Oh, well, perhaps we're all going slightly round the bend.
The Archangel Michael is waiting for me.
That's all right, I'll phone him. Just stay there. You rest. Sister Kelly will see you when she's finished in maternity. Oh, come on.
And then she bangs on this frog accent and she tells the freaking po-face, "You are not the king's men." Talk about hysterical.
I don't know, I reckon the frickin' make a good king's man.
But I am back.
Where did you get off to?
I told the screws I had to pay a visit, but I really went to get a little present for Roxy.
For me?
Well, not exactly for you, for the little one.
Oh, Lizzie, don't start that again.
I'm not starting anything, but I got to thinking that when the baby goes to its new mum and dad, it should have something from you for remembrance. So I bought you this.
Lizzie.
It's real sweet.
Isn't that one of the ones we made for Jude?
Yeah, but his face went a bit wonky, but I don't suppose the baby will mind, will it?
No, Lizzie. I don't think she'll mind at all.
Oh, come on, ladies.
Oh, Mail, you little beauty.
I head right to you.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, Bradshaw, the top one's for you. You can hand out the others.
Okie doke, Mrs. Powell.
Smith. Yep. This box, it's a present for you from Mrs. Reynolds.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, is that the mail, Roxanne?
Excuse me, what are you doing here? I told you to stay in your cell.
Did you? Oh, sorry, Mrs. Powell. I came to see if there was a letter for me.
Oh, not unless it came through a time warp.
Time warp?
I've heard. The King of France's carrier pigeons. They're all dead.
Mrs. Powell, are you feeling all right?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm feeling fine. But if I were you, don't play with fire.
Sprung.
You are going to have to do better than that.
Oh, I haven't even warmed up yet.
Well, put them down over here, Paul. They've got to be searched. And I'll come and get them after I've had a cup of coffee.
Bit early for your class today, aren't you, Mr. Wallace?
Yeah, true, Miss Ferguson. And I nearly always catch the worm.
Miss Ferguson, is my mother and I've got to see her.
Yeah, she's having lunch in the staff room. I'll take you through. When you've signed in. There you are.
Thanks.
Hello. Hi. I think for lunch you've left it a bit late.
Oh, who cares about lunch? Wait till you see this.
In the paper, what's all this about?
Well, that's Lionel Fellows, Mr. Big, supposed to be the boss of organised crime.
So that's what he looks like. Never seen him before.
Well, that's not surprising. He would have had a photograph taken of him in the last 10, 15 years.
Until now.
What?
You see, it never occurred to me when I took it. I didn't even look at the two guys standing down the front there until this morning, and then wham, it hit me.
What hit you?
Take it a little bit more slowly, will you?
I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is I've got a photo of Lionel Fellows. Yeah, look at it and tell me if I'm right. Yeah, the two guys on the left. The other guy's handing him the envelope. That's Fellows, isn't it? God, if it is, I'm made.
It can't be.
What, you don't think it's Fellows?
Oh, yes, it's Fellows, all right. But that one on the left, that's Ted Douglas. What's he doing with a man like Fellows?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare